Hello,
Hello, everyone.
friends. I'm Elise, and we are here today to discuss radio silence. Katie, who are you?
I don't know. Oh, I'm Katie Can't Read.
Katie can't think right now.
Katie can't think. Katie loves Alid. Katie can't read.
There you go. So today we're going to be here for our Alice Oseman read-along thingy that we don't have an exact title for, and we're discussing Radio Silence, which is a book we both love, which is wonderful. Yes?
I love all of them. All of the books.
I guess we can just start saying our initial thoughts or whatever. So I gave this sorry, I got distracted.
Anya's correct. She did put a tone indicator that's a joke, but she's correct.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I read this about a year ago. I gave it 5 stars the first time. I gave it 5 stars the second time. I think this is probably my favorite Alice Oseman book. Yeah, but I haven't read I Was Born for this, so perhaps that'll change. But as of right now, this has been my favorite.
I read this again, like Lee said, I read this for the first time a year ago. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did, but I still gave it like a 4.5 stars, and it has remained a 4.5 for me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just, I love it, but like I also am like, I don't really I feel like a lot of people who really love it, like they connect with it on like a really deep level.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't hit it that hard. I have another Alice Oseman book that hits me, but this one is really good.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, like you said, a lot of people like it if they really connect to it. It's a very teenage book. Like a lot of the reviews I see are like, yeah, this is a very authentic teenage voice.
It feels so real. Mm-hmm. Like that's the really good thing about a lot of Alice Oseman's work is it's so authentically youthful. Mm-hmm. Just all of it, like the things that they say, the things that they think about, the things that they're stressed about. Like, when you read a coming of age book and it's written by someone who's so far removed from being coming of aged, and like the things that stress them out are not real at all. Mm-hmm. Like like stressors are very realistic.
Yeah,
it's great.
I feel like we kind of discussed this in our Solitaire live show that was on Katie's channel, but Alice wrote this when she was younger, so probably closer to the age that the main character Frances was, and I feel like that's always an advantage. Like, well, at least in this book, I feel like Alice's writing was had definitely improved compared to her first book, Solitaire. But even so, like you get that advantage of actually having the mindset of someone who's close to that age. Because sometimes I think about it. If I tried to write like a 12-year-old character, I don't think I could do that authentically anymore. Because I remember when I was 12, I'd read books and be like, this isn't accurate. Like, no one understands. I have thoughts. I can think. But then I feel like if I wrote a 12-year-old right now, I'd write them like they're 6 years old. Like,
yeah. I do think it's so funny because Radio Silence is a lot better than Solitaire. But right. I still see there's like still things that I'm like, oh, this could be better. Like for specifics, the side characters in this one, I just feel are so weak. Like beyond Frances, Alid, and Daniel, I just feel like everyone else, I'm like, what's the point? I think my specific issue is Rain. I don't get what her motivation is. I don't know what her layers are other than to just be like a little bit rude, a little bit funny, the punk friend, like
the friend that can conveniently drive everyone places.
Yeah, that's kind of like her only job, and like that's fine. But like, I wish she had more of like a personality that wasn't just the same as Becky's from Solitaire.
Yeah. Glad to see we have another Radio Silence lover. I hope you'll stick around for Loveless because it's wonderful. It's definitely a different vibe.
And it's a different vibe specifically because Loveless takes place in college.
Yeah.
And Radio Silence takes place in high school. Like that's the key difference. Other than a few other things, but like that's one of them.
And I don't think maybe more lighthearted is the best way to describe it, but I feel like with Radio Silence, kind of like Solitaire, there's almost this like loneliness, mental health aspect, and Loveless does explore loneliness, but like in a different sense. More
Explores a different type of loneliness.
more like around sexuality and not really connecting to your peers in that way. Yeah. Yeah,
This
that's
is fair.
kind of
This is fair.
More, I read it last year.
That's why a lot of people, like, the thoughts about college is like, that's what a lot of people relate to. And like, I totally get that. But also, like, I knew what I wanted to do when I grew up when I was like 6 years old and never changed my mind. So like, that part of it I don't relate to. But I do like the story of it. It's very interesting.
What was interesting for me is like, not necessarily specifically college, but just like the whole, anxiety around school in general. Cause like Frances is kind of a perfectionist, and I was like that too, like just overworking and feeling like it went nowhere because I ended up transferring colleges. But what was weird is like, that's something I've always really enjoyed in books because I relate to it. And like, after the pandemic, my work ethic has changed. I've been online for like a year and a half. And I noticed that like, I hated reading about it this time around. I'm like, dude, you're so annoying. Even though like I relate to that for
that might also just be us getting old too.
No, I didn't.
Oh
I was thinking about that, and I didn't like that. Stop.
Like, is it because that we have bigger things to be stressed about now?
I was thinking about that because I hear a lot of people say that they don't like YA contemporary because oftentimes it does focus on this high school atmosphere and they don't want to read about that. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not in high school anymore, but I like to relate to that. But like, am I growing up?
I've read it, like, it depends. It has to be, I don't like to read younger high school anymore. They have to be like driving age and above. Like, you have to have a driver's license for me.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a driver's license, so.
I mean, like, in theory, like a lot of books I have read where there's like, oh, we don't have a driver's license, but like they are 17, and I'm like, okay, cool, fine. It also can't be prom centric. I don't like it when it's prom centric. I'm like, a new story, please.
Same exception is You Should See Me in a Crown.
I haven't read it yet, but I really, really want to. That's the only one that I'm like, I will do it. I will do it.
I lost the comments. I was at. Oh, here we go. So my friends relate to it because of the academic stuff, and I can't relate to that. Yeah.
Anya's next comment. Yeah.
Because of the friendship. Exactly.
The lens being on platonic love is one of the most like poignant things that I feel like we don't see enough of. Like, I feel like we see a lot of platonic love, but I also feel like we don't see enough of it.
Yeah.
It's never like the plot, And what I did love this time that I forgot about was how many people just immediately assume that Frances and Aled are like together. They're like, oh, you guys are dating. And they're like, no, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
And I just like that their friendship is just like pure like that. I love their friendship. It makes me so happy.
One of my favorite things to do is to read my old reviews on Goodreads after I've totally forgotten like my for a book, because I reread my review on Goodreads for this one, and like the only thing I talked about was how much I love the friendship and how the book was kind of about sexuality in a way, but like not in a sexual or romantic way. Like that wasn't.
Yeah. And what's so interesting about both Aled and Frances is that their sexualities are talked about, but it's not their only thing. Like, it's not like a central plot point. It's not them trying to figure it out. Like, they know, and it's just part of what makes them so unique, It's not like a coming out story.
No.
It just happens to feature queer kids, which I think is really cool.
And that is my favorite. I also really liked that very realistically, we had side characters assuming that the friendship was more than friendship, but like it never ever got to that point. Like there was no like, oh my gosh, I accidentally kissed him. Like it was like actually just a friendship, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, they never tried to like push, to be like, everyone thinks we're dating, we should be dating. And it's like, no. I also feel like Alice writes mental health in such a really smart way. And I felt like this time Aled's whole struggle in like the third act of the book was so good.
Agreed.
Like, it was just really like realistic the way that he just pulled back, you know? It wasn't dramatic, you know, like it wasn't like the scene in Solitaire with Charlie, you know? It was just like real.
Pulls back and also just kind of gives up. There's spoiler
Yeah.
for now on, spoilers, but like the kind of scene towards the end where I forgot what they're hopping on, the train or something. With
Yeah,
his
no,
mom.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I'm going.
Mhm.
And everyone else is like, no, come back.
Yeah.
I liked it, not in the sense that it happened, but that it felt realistic.
Yeah. And just like the amount of like, I feel like Aled as a character so interesting too, because he knows his mom is the bad guy essentially. Like he
Mhm.
knows. And yet he's so scared of like causing problems or being a burden or whatever like is going on in him that he doesn't want to fight back. And I
Mhm.
think that's also just like weirdly realistic. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like we all want to be like, we should all abandon the bad parent, but like it's so much more complicated than that. And that's
Mhm.
handled really well.
Anya's yelling at people.
No.
Hold on. Okay, agreed here. My favorite quote is, "If nobody listened to me, I probably wouldn't talk at all." I feel like that's what I
I
really,
tabbed that so hard. I was
yeah,
like, tab.
yeah. I feel like just the whole idea of not being listened to, and like with Radio Sense too, we see that also, like talking off into the void. Love that.
Yeah. With the podcast.
All my main characters are close to my age. All right, hurry up, publish your book. I want signed copies.
I need to read it.
Okay. The friendship kind of hurt to read just because
That is the hard part though, is if you don't have that like person that's your platonic soulmate, then like it's a weird read because you're like, oh, I want this, but it's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird. It's weird. Mine is the one that's one of the central friendships in Loveless is the one that I relate to harder than the one with Alad and Francis.
Mm-hmm.
So can't wait to talk about that in like a month.
Yeah, honestly, it's always like the friendship, like in any kind of book, it's like the friendships that hit me harder because a lot of books, focus on like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. No, it's the friendships for me.
Well, and it's the friendships that end up being like more emotional sometimes than the relationships for like a normal, like not a book character, you know?
Agreed.
I read an arc where it was like the whole time it was shaping up to be like a Radio Silence-esque friendship. And then they ended up in the last scene kissing. And I was like, dang it! I was so mad.
Anyways?
Oh, huh?
Do you want to share the title anyways?
Oh, yeah. Kind of Sort of Fine by Spencer Hall. It was good. But I was hoping it would be a friendship book, and then it wasn't.
I relate to a lot of the stress of school and being confused and worried about the future. Yeah. I feel like it's definitely a book. If you're reading it in high school, you're like, yeah.
I wish I'd read it in high school because I think I would have like felt it, but
same. You know what always upsets me? When I'm on Goodreads and like I finish a book and I really love it and I look, because on Goodreads you can see your like when you first mark the book as to read. I marked this to read like 4 or 5 years ago, and I wish I read it 4 or 5 years ago when I marked it as to read.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So disappointing.
That's so funny.
I was never stressed about school until I got to uni. I was stressed about school literally in preschool.
I'm not a big stressed out type of person. So
no, I am the stress, capital S. Literally, fun anecdote here. So in kindergarten, if you're not familiar with UK, or I'm not in the UK, I'm in the US. With US school systems, that's like what, like age 4 or 5. We went to a different state to visit my aunt during the school year, and I was so stressed. I was so stressed about my homework in kindergarten that my teacher had to print off like word searches and stuff for me just so I would have homework.
Oh my gosh.
And I got so mad because my relatives were trying to help me with my homework, and I was like, stop it, cheating.
You know what is funny is I've read every Alice Oseman book. I cannot figure out what sixth form is.
Oh, me
I
either.
don't understand their school system. I would like to, but I don't know what's happening. I've kind of figured out that year 13 is like senior year of high school. Like I figured that much out, but like what is a sixth form?
I don't know. Once in a while, I'll Google it just for funsies and try to learn, but I don't. I
And
don't.
like why do they like why are they only taking like 3 classes? Like Francis was like, I took English and math and philosophy and politics and that's it. And I was like, what? What do you mean? What are A levels? Someone who's British, if you're in the chat and you know how the British school system works, can you please explain it to me in full detail at some point? I think it would make my reading experience all so much better.
Or even just tell me like the general ages for each.
No, but I need to know what A levels are. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. There's like a part where they're talking about grades, and it's an A with a star. Like, is that an A plus? How do you say that?
What is this?
How do you say that? Is that A star? Is that an A plus? And it just has a star. I don't know. I want to know, but I don't know.
Americans here.
Oh.
I agree with Anya, preferring to read about protagonists who are 17 plus. I love 17 and 18.
Oh, but I'm starting to really be like into like people who are like 19, 20 in a book. I'm like, yeah, give me that.
I like 1920 depending on how old they portray them. Like Loveless, I relate to Loveless because
the Loveless kids I feel like they're like a true college age. They're not like the crazy kind that are not actually that common. At least in my school.
There's some new adult that seems a little too adult for me.
That's fair.
Not like the content of it, but just like the
behavior, the way they talk.
Yeah, like I'm in my 20s, but I still relate more to like the angsty 15-year-old book characters. Yeah. Platonic love is so underrepresented. Yes, it is very underrepresented.
Finish your book.
Even if they're yeah, this is gonna be bully Anya to finish her book live show.
Finish your book. I agree.
It's not a huge part of the book, but I feel like it's not a huge part, but it's still.
I feel like it's not a huge part, but it's just like it's a part of her.
Yeah.
And I feel like more books. I think it's so groundbreakingly revolutionary, especially when this book was published. So at the time, like every queer book had to be like a coming out story, especially when like I think now we're starting to get to the era where like characters can be queer just because that's who people are. Like this book came out in like what 2016 maybe 24. I don't know, but it came out
right now.
So like during that time, it was like everything with queer characters had to be coming out. Everything is about my sexuality, but like it's not, like it's just who they are. And I feel like that's really special and important. And oh my gosh, there's ambulances and fire trucks going by.
Okay. That's the fun.
Woo!
What was I gonna say? Oh, but also I liked that there's a lot of internal conflict with Karis. Is that how you pronounce her name?
I think so.
But there's a lot of internal conflict there, but it's not like directly related to is Katie frozen? Oh no, she's not. Related related to her sexuality. It's just like the situation. It's not like some.
Yeah, it's related to the fact that she thinks she sent her away.
I didn't like that very much.
I don't like that. I don't like most of the Karis plotline, being completely honest. It's fine.
I think it would have been better if it just was that sibling dynamic, but the whole potential romantic interest subplot was not my thing. We already got here. At least read the comments faster. I'm trying. I haven't. I'm trying. Elise writes friend. Oh wait, that's not Elise. That says Alice.
It's not Elise.
Alice writes friend groups like no other. Agreed. Hold on, it keeps moving. Found family.
Always same. Best trope ever.
Whenever I look for
trope ever.
Whenever I look for found family, I always hear Six of Crows, which I should read at some point in life.
So, okay, you want to hear something controversial? Not to hijack the Grishaverse.
Yes.
Six of Crows isn't a good fan family, in my opinion.
Really?
And I've read Six of Crows many times, and I love Six of Crows so much. But here's the thing. When I'm personally looking for a found family, I don't want them to only be like a found family for like the 3 chapters.
Interesting.
Like, they're more of like a really good team, but they're not like a found family. I think if you're a found family, you're actually like homies.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be best friends forever. And that's kind of not how Six of Crows is.
If I ever get to Six of Crows, I almost hope I don't like it, because I started reading it shortly after it came out, and it's been years, and I'm gonna be really disappointed if it's like a new fave, and I just put it off for years.
And you just waited for good. I mean, it's one of my favorites. My roommate's currently reading it right now for the first time, and I'm like, how is it going? But
sitting on my shelf. Katie, you have a fan?
Okay, it was because I put it on because one of the because someone just ate it down the stairs right there. Anyway, so at this little table, it's like you have to wear a mask unless you're eating, but also I'm double vaccinated, so like it doesn't really matter. And so one of the like school employees just walked by, and I was like, "Don't arrest me."
Okay, wait, we're about to.
Okay, here we go. This is important to me.
Okay, sixth form represents the 2 years of post GCSE. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Education, where students aged between 16 and 17 of age prepare for their A levels. I understand. Oh wait, there's more.
Okay,
I understood none of that.
Okay.
A levels, advanced levels. Okay, that's new. Is a subject-based qualification conferred as part of the general certification of education. Interesting.
I think that's GCE.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm trying to figure things out.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like pre-college.
Okay, so that's like to prove that you're ready to go to college.
We probably look so ignorant right now.
So here we go. Here's the question. Are your A levels like an SAT in America?
SAT is?
I think that I think the A levels are like your SAT, ACT.
Interesting. Okay.
Do we think?
Yes, maybe, but like more intense, because we just kind of take those tests.
You just kind of take it. But like I think they're like you actually have to like be good at it.
Normally. Okay.
Okay, so do you take other classes in addition to your A levels, or do you take A level classes? Oh my god, that's weird. Okay.
That's a lot of pressure, man.
Whoa, hold on.
Wait a second. Hold on. This whatever. What is this?
That's garbage. That's a C.
That was at my school. That was a F.
That's a C, my friend.
I was on a 7-point scale. So like an A minus was a 93. B plus was a 92.
Yeah.
This is you get kicked out of the school level.
Yeah.
If you got this, you're kicked out of my high school.
Oh, that's an F. 60 and below is an F.
What on earth?
What is it? Oh my goodness. You can get ungraded. That's just when they put an F on your scale. They're like, you suck.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here's the answer.
Okay, but like, I feel like they're closer to SATs than AP tests. I feel like AP classes, it's more like, I feel like it's like that. Like, I feel like it's like that in the sense of like, it's one subject, but I feel like in terms of like the weight of it, it's probably like an SAT, right?
Interesting.
Or like your SAT, like you can choose not to take AP classes because it's just like extra credit for college. You can get less, you don't have to pay as much. But like the SAT, you're required to take to go to college for the most part.
Sorry, I know everyone came here for radio silence, but we're acquiring necessary background information right now. Okay, totally different topic. Six of Crows is more of a group of friends with cool bonds with each other.
Yeah, it's like I call it the triple date.
Like
and then
that.
there's a couple like close-knit trios in there, but like in general, they're not all friends. Like it's not, like in a true found family, they're all friends and they all love each other. It's not like that. There's like sets of people who do really love each other, and then there's like people who hate each other still.
I was really about to say this, and then I read Anya's comment. I agree. If I'm looking for found family, okay, well, I'm a little biased. I almost only read contemporary. I don't really read fantasy. But when I think of found family, I think of contemporary.
I think that a lot of my favorite found families, though, have been in like an urban fantasy. So like a Raven Cycle.
I don't know
or something like that.
It means. Maury, of course, likes Six of Crows for the crime.
You like that one because you be gay, do crime. You don't like it because you want everyone to be best friends. But you do.
Sorry, Anya.
We read it. We read it now.
Okay, hold on. There's more. More education. Okay. The GCSE, General Certification of Secondary Education, is an academic qualification generally taken in a number of subjects by pupils in secondary education. Okay.
So.
Okay. I think.
Okay.
Okay. Similar to ACT or SATs. Okay.
It's like your SATs.
And grade 12.
So you just take A levels for your last 2 years of school? So you're just taking like 3 really hard classes?
I'm just thinking in my chair. Don't mind me.
That's so funny because when I was a senior in high school, I took I had to have 7 classes to for school, but I filled it with the most easy garbage ever. I took like 3 choir classes. I was a TA. Like it was like all. I didn't do anything hard.
I took choir my freshman year of high school. It was my worst class. I was recently cleaning out my room and I found like my paper because I hoard papers. And I found all my papers for choir. I got an
F.
your
sheet music. Aww.
I got an F on like my exams. I can't sing, guys. I used to hide in the bathroom in the basement to like do my choir recordings. What a time.
I'll sing enough for the both of us. That's what I'm getting my degree in. Jazz hands and singing songs.
I think Kate should just sing for the rest of the live show.
No. My voice is tired today. My voice is dry today. No, we are not.
Yes, we are definitely talking about this book. We're absolutely not hating ourselves on UK school systems.
We are absolutely talking about that. I feel like that's the same-ish. Because I feel like I don't know how long our summers are, but like at least like when I was in high school, our summer wouldn't start until the 2nd week of June, and then school would restart like the 3rd week of August. Yeah, so it was kind of like it was like 7 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where you went to school.
We're learning so much today.
But we only had 1 week for spring break at my high school.
Yeah, same.
Christmas was 2.
I don't remember what we had.
What? Wait, that adds up to way more weeks off than I had.
Yeah.
I'm moving to England and restarting my life.
Okay, we have lots of education in our brain now.
Okay, now I know these things a little bit better.
You're so smart.
It was when they'd be like, oh, yeah, did you take your A levels? And I'm like,
my what?
Where is this? Adelaide. Where? At least in the high school that I went to, they still do the exact same schedule. Oh. At least. College is totally different because I have not taken a single day off of school since I started in summer of 2019. So, cheers. Except for like Christmas. I got Christmas off, but I haven't taken summers.
Let's be clear. This is a Katie thing. This is not a.
This is a me thing. This is not a normal thing.
Normal college thing.
This is just me. But I am a senior, and I will graduate with a bachelor's degree before I turn 21. So it all works out in the end.
Yeah. How many years did you do?
Technically, it's a 4-year college. However, by the time I'll have finished, I haven't even been in school for 3 years.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I just pushed through. You had 5. Okay. But did you get a full week for Thanksgiving? Because I used to get some for like elementary and middle school. I went to a different school and I got a full week off. But then when I was in high school, I just got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off.
How do you guys remember all this?
I have weird memories.
I can't even remember like what year I graduated high school.
Dude, I forget. I was like, what year did I graduate?
I think that was 2019.
I was 2019. I don't know what. How old are you?
I'm 20.
I'm 22. I'm 20 as well. So 2019.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So oh wait, hold on. I was about to say, bring it back to the book.
Thank you, Adelaide, for getting us back on track. I don't like Rain. I do love Daniel.
Agreed. Yeah.
Rain is just so mean.
Yes.
She's mean to like, and I kind of get it. Like, she's supposed to be like kind of punk and kind of edgy and like the opposite of Frances, but like, she kind of just comes off as mean the whole time. Like, there's that part where Alid gets kind of like outed as the university creator, and then she's like, I don't get why he feels bad. He just got instant fame, and I'm like, girl, he clearly doesn't feel good. It doesn't matter what you think about it. Like, he clearly doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So, chill.
Yeah, when I was reading this, I definitely did not remember Rain's character. And like when she was sitting here talking about how privileged Alid was, is that how you pronounce his name? Alid?
Yeah, Alid.
How privileged she was, and like how he shouldn't be complaining. I was not expecting them to be friends, again, because I didn't remember. I don't know. I thought that was weird that like it wasn't addressed.
I thought it was weird. However, I love Daniel. I think he's such an interesting character because he's like supposed to be the same as Frances, like in terms of like in like the point of why he was written the way he was. I think he's supposed to be like the similars, but they're so different truly. Whereas like Rain was supposed to be like her foil, but then they're more similar, like personality wise.
Mm-hmm.
I like Daniel a lot. I liked the scene where Frances and Daniel go to their interviews together and cry together. Like they're just, I like him. He's a good dude.
He kind of reminds me of Nick in a way, but
he does. He has a little bit of Nick energy.
Yeah.
There's this moment. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I love him. There's a moment where he was talking about how he looked up to a kid at his grammar school who came out, and I was like, that's Charlie. I was like, he looked up to Charlie. Speaking of Charlie, all of the cameos. There were so many.
Yeah, lovely.
Because there's Nick and Charlie at the beginning in the club, and then Michael Holden, who's now a Winter Olympian, an icon, comes and gives a speech. Tori at the end. Becky, I think, is in the bar at one point. The whole squad is there. The gang's all there.
More memory than I do.
I specifically just loved Michael Holden cameo so much. I think it's so good. Like, there he is. My favorite white boy.
And I agree with Anya. That's basically what I said. Rain just
drives him around.
Says some rude things. She's a chauffeur.
She's got car keys. She's maybe. I don't know. If she was supposed to be, then she would have ended up with her. You know?
Unless she meant a friend. That is a girl.
Girl, space friend.
Yeah, there was a space there.
Oh, girl, space friend. I was like,
space friend.
All right.
Hey, do you want to be girl space friends?
Oh my God, word. I would love to. I don't like Karis. Unrelated. I don't like her.
Yeah. She was also kind of like rude, and I know she had a lot going on.
I get that.
Her decisions I just struggled to understand.
Also, she's like the same as everyone, but she's like, she's the same age as everyone, but she like acted like she was so much older. Like, in fact, that when I was restarting this, I forgot that Alid and Karis are twins.
Yeah, I do.
because throughout the entire book, she behaves like, and I get it, she pays adult taxes, but like, I feel like just in general, she behaves like she's so hoity-toity and old. I'm like, you're not 25.
I think that
Chill.
it literally says that in the book, like she's dressed like she's 24 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. And like
That just irks me. I'm like, girl, behave. You're young. You're the same age as all of them. Stop acting like you're the mom.
And then when she says like, "Oh, I don't want to talk to Allie because yeah, I've moved on from that part of my life." Like, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I love weird friendships. Like, yes, I love Alad friendship and Alad and Francis friendship, but I also love like the really weird ones that like spawn where you're like, why are Daniel and Francis friends?
Yeah.
Like they're friends.
Sense.
Yeah, but then it's like I love it when they're like friends because they're friends with the same person and then they also become really good friends. Like that's my favorite trope ever.
My favorite is like unlikely friendships. Like Nick and Charlie, I feel like that was kind of an unlikely kind of friendship.
Yes, absolutely. Tori and Michael Holden.
Also unlikely. Just my favorite.
Unlikely.
Yeah, yes. Katie, minor.
I want to be a character. I want to have a can in the book. I don't know what genre it is, but I would like a knife in my hand during whatever scene you put me in. I would like to be holding a knife. It could be like if it's a contemporary, I could just be eating food, and I just you just really have to highlight that I'm eating with a knife.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all.
Oh, let's all get sad about this right now.
Okay. Here's the thing. I am a little bummed, but I'm also like, the reason he's not in it is because they're like, they don't have the time to go into any like radio silence stuff. And so I think that I think it's almost like a thing where she's like, I would like to produce radio silence. So imagine a radio silence movie. Like, oh my gosh.
That would be awesome.
It'd be so good.
I
think it's funny. I don't know. This might just be British culture, but I think it's so funny how many of Alice Oseman's characters hate going out clubbing, but always do.
Yeah.
Like, every single one of them like hates parties, hates going to the club. Like even like in Loveless, like every single book, there's like a character that's like, I hate parties, I hate going out, and yet they go to a party or a club like 5 times in the book. Yeah. And I'm like, do something else. Go see a movie. God, I hate Carol.
Not it. Oh my god, the perfect.
Oh my god, you know what's so scary about Carol? Is she is like weirdly realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we all know that friend who has that mom, and you're like awkward when you go over, and it's weird. And you're like, it's realistic.
I'm sorry, what?
When did you say MILF?
Wait, where is it?
I did not see a MILF comment.
Me either.
I didn't see a MILF comment. Comment it again, because we lost it, clearly. I love MILF. Man, I love frogs.
What a conversation. Yeah, the cameo is wonderful.
Yeah. I'm very excited for the Heartstopper TV show.
Same.
Very excited. And I'm excited for the new kids as well, like the new characters that we don't know at all. I'm like, yeah, give me that. My urge to gatekeep is really coming out because I just know it's going to be popular. I know it's going to be so popular. It was when, like, right when I started my channel, I was very much like, get on the Alice Oseman train. Everyone read Heartstopper for like 6 months. And then they announced they're doing a TV show. And everyone's like, oh my God, I need to read Heartstopper. And then they're like, this is my favorite. And I'm like, okay, sure. But guess who's there first? Me. The urge to gatekeep is terrible. I don't support it, but I feel it sometimes. Oh no, I'm gonna gatekeep. I'm gonna gatekeep just like I did with the Grishaverse. But I'm lucky. I found signed copies for me and Katie of Heartstopper Volume 3, and I was like, I knew I shouldn't buy it because I own all of the books, but might as well get the fancy signed copies before it's really popular. She's the only of like my favorite authors that I don't have like favorites that like I don't have a signed copy of, and I didn't think I was ever gonna get one. So signed copies of. I have Casey McQuiston, I have a Lee Bardugo signed copy.
What? Huh? You do? Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I got one last stop, like, because I was living in New York, so I got one like that was like personalized and like whatever. And then I also, huh?
Did you meet Casey McQuiston?
No.
Oh.
I was, if I had gone, long story, but if I had gone a little bit earlier, I would have. But, and then I also have a signed red, white, and royal blue that I found.
I've only met one author. It was
I've never met an author.
I met one author. It was 2 days after my 13th birthday. It was James Dashner. I have a huge Maze Runner poster in my room, and of course, I had to meet an author that's been like accused of sexually harassing people, and yeah, it's really.
It was before all that came out. It was before it all came out, so you can't get.
I just think terrible aftertaste of that. I was like peak awkward, pubescent stage. It's wonderful.
Yeah, because Alice Oseman is in the across the pond. I never thought I was going to be able to have one of her books signed, but
I hope you don't mind. It's like a book plate, like it's a sticker in there. But
oh, fine, that's fine.
It's really a cute signature. Anyways, you might.
Her. I would like to get stabbed. Please, absolutely kill me off. I would like to be in one scene. I hold a knife. I get stabbed. I die dramatically, and that's the end of my reign in your book.
Go back to New York. You could live that out. Come to Chicago. You could live it out here too.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! I could get stabbed here.
You can get stabbed. Wait, all the big cities go for it.
Don't worry. I think my roommate would stab me.
I'll stab you across seas if you really want.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, I still don't see the MILF comment.
I don't see the MILF comment.
Maybe we're just done. Okay, Carol is so realistic. Yes. Okay, at least it's not just us. Just ignore me. I didn't see it. I did scroll up. Remember Katie's book buying ban? We all go on book buying bans.
We've all done that. I was really bad at it. But it's fine.
Okay, everyone pause the show.
I have a Maggie Stiefvater signed too, and I was like emotional when I found that in a store. I was like,
when I was a kid, like 14, I'd get really excited over signed copies. So anytime I saw a signed copy, I would buy it, not knowing what the book was. So now I have all these signed copies of like really bad books. Like, and I've been trying to get
I try to only reserve my signed copy buying for when it's an author I really love.
Oh, me too now.
Or if it's a book I'm like 99% sure I'm going to love. Like I found a signed copy of I Wish You All the Best, and I bought that.
Yeah, I almost didn't even buy the Heartstopper one. I was like, I don't need it. But then I decided I definitely need it.
But then you had to.
I literally was walking out the store, and then I said,
I said, no, I'm going to regret it.
I will. I'd be thinking about it for the rest of life. Oh, I remember Anya saying this.
I love Maggie Stiefvater. She's so cool. I want to, so cool. I love her books. Ooh. Dude, there's some good online friendship representation in I Was Born for This.
I've mentioned this, but this is the only Alice Oseman book I haven't read. It was only because I couldn't find a copy of it anywhere, and I was trying my best not to pirate her books.
Dude, I Was Born for This is such a weird time because it is arguably the most, I don't know. I follow the Osemanverse tag on Twitter. Or not Twitter, Tumblr. And it is the most represented on that tag. People are drawing fan art for it. They're writing fanfics for it. They're doing the whole 9 yards for it. And yet it is the hardest one to get a hold of if you're not in the UK.
Yeah.
You can't get it at all here. It's so funny. It took me forever to find it. Yes. Absolutely. Sure as a unicorn onesie multiple times in the book.
Oh my god. Francis's mom. One of my favorite parents.
She's so good.
Just love her. Oh, I didn't mean to put that on the screen. Yes. I love what was I saying? Oh, the little scenes where you can tell that Francis's mom knows she's struggling, going through things, and asks her to go out to see a movie. And whatever. I just like little tiny scenes like that.
Yeah.
Radio Silence, Solitaire, and Heartstopper are the only Alice Oseman books available here.
Those are the only ones available in the United States.
Back to the gatekeeping thing. I'm noticing this is an unfortunate trait in myself, but every time I go to like Barnes and Noble now or like any of the smaller bookstores, I will see Heartstopper on display. And I'm very, very proud of Alice Oseman, but I'm almost like, that's my baby. Get it out of the light.
Like, go away. That's what I'm going to be like because Loveless is getting a whole like United States publishing in November. I'm going to be like,
that copy?
What?
Did we buy it? Should we buy like the other cover?
I will be buying it. It's gorgeous. And it's going to be in hardcover. So I will be buying it. And then I will also be buying it for every single person I've ever been friends with. I'll be like, here, a gift. Here.
Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, existence gifts. Loveless.
I'll be like, happy birthday, Mom. Here's my favorite book.
I don't think I would want to buy the other copies of Radio Silence, though.
Gosh, they're not. I feel like, as much as I do love all these covers, I kind of wish Alice Oseman would design their own covers.
Yeah.
Because they're an artist. So, like, you know?
I do like the cover that has, like, the girl on the cover. Like, the black and white cover with, like, a little bit of rainbow on it. I don't like the US cover that's literally just, like...
the street.
Yeah.
It doesn't match the vibe. It really doesn't. It has more of, like, a mystery thriller energy. But that's not what the book is at all.
Yeah, agreed. Although, I was looking at this, and I kind of thought it was funny. It was just, I think that's her laptop, and, like, that's the... Like what? Like a laptop?
The cord. Her laptop charger is really long. Where did you get one?
Everyone, if you
I'm going to. I'm gonna do it.
You made a tab.
I just haven't filmed a video in like 3 weeks.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I just don't have any energy or time.
Were those like all your recent videos pre-filmed? I can never pre-film for the life of me.
No. Actually, the one I posted Friday with the unboxing was filmed like the day before, but it was only because I was so eager. I was like, oh my god, I need to open this. But then everything else has been a vlog.
Everyone, I'm very behind on watching videos. Please forgive me.
Dude, I haven't watched the BookTube video in like...
Subscribe to Katie. She has sponsored content now. She's made it. She's the ultimate booktuber. That was aggressive clapping.
I know. I was like... I got to click the like paid promotion button and I was like, oh my god.
Katie's living the dream out here.
I guess.
Actually, I think Alice Oseman
she has a couple episodes that are out.
Yeah. Look at Alice's YouTube channel. If you just Google Alice Oseman, it should come up. And there's like podcast episodes on there. It's cool. Pre-filming queen, not me. Yeah. I would love to listen to University. I'll come and narrate all of them if necessary. But yeah.
I love an Alice Oseman book. I love it when Alice Oseman does her like Q&As that are like 40 hours long. And it's just like everything about the book. She's doing one for Loveless soon, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yay.
I'm gonna watch it so hard.
Loveless as a movie would also be really wonderful. Because there's
You're not wrong.
Not a lot of movies like that. Like what is this? Radio Silence and what's it called?
Solitaire.
They give me kind of Perks of Being a Wallflower vibes.
Absolutely.
But Loveless is not like that. Loveless felt very unique. It's not that, like, this wasn't good.
It is I think Loveless is arguably one of the most unique books I've ever read. And I mean that like true. As someone who's read like 9 bajillion asexual books now, I'm like, it truly stands apart. Like,
and what's
so good
is it's not unique in the way that like no one's ever heard of those concepts. It's just like we've all been waiting for someone to write. You know?
Well, and the thing is too, we're already talking about Loveless, but here's the thing. For people who are like looking forward to reading it, Loveless is literally, because like I feel like I've read a fair amount of ace books, as I've made quite obvious, but a lot of ace books are very much like, I'm never going to be happy. Yeah. Like there's like this weird like relationship with it. And that's not how it is at all. Like, at least as an Ace person. But Loveless is such a joyful book.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
There is like this turmoil, but it's such a joyful book. And so it's like a celebration of being Ace and Arrow, and it's wonderful. Wonderful.
I've read quite a few Ace books too, and I have to be honest, a lot of them I end up not liking.
It's because
I really do. Half of them end up being my favorite books. The other half I really don't like.
It's because a lot of the times the authors who write it, they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's missing from a person, just who they are.
Yeah. Have you read what's it called? Tosh Hart's Tolstoy.
I haven't read that one yet. I think if I do another Ace vlog, like that will be in it.
I really didn't like that book.
Mm-hmm. I have found that nowadays I do prefer like books that are like casually including an Ace character, where it's like, oh, we're on a quest, and I'm done with coming of age stories. Or coming out stories. I'm like, I get it. Been there.
Coming of age.
I like a coming of age, but like for at least for Ace characters, I'm like, why does every time we have to be in a book have to be like a turmoil struggle? Can't we just exist? So like I found that I like ones where Ace people just exist much more than I like I'm struggling with it. I'm coming to terms with things, and I'm like, unless it's Loveless, which is the best Ace book I've ever read.
Yeah, so many queer books have to do with struggling, and it's just
like, just let us exist.
Listen to the podcast. It's very wonderful.
It's so good.
Yeah, Perks of Being a Wallflower is definitely.
Perks of Being a Wallflower is definitely trigger warnings. Look them up. And I feel like it's worse in the movie because I feel like in the book it kind of like you don't even realize until after, and then you're reflecting on it. You're like, wait, what? At least with me,
the book is very subtle. I read it
was so subtle.
Yeah.
But it is one of my favorite books of all time. I love that book.
I haven't read it since I was like in middle school, and I remember I read the whole book and I thought I understood it, and then I Googled it because sometimes I just like read the Spark Notes in case I didn't miss, or because I missed something, and I did not understand like half the plot. I'm like, what happened?
Oh yeah, not me either. It's such a good book though. Like, God, it's real out here.
I've become such an Olivia Rodrigo fan. I've been listening to that High School Musical TV show thing soundtrack. I haven't seen the TV show. I just watched.
I haven't either.
I watched High School Musical for the first time this month. Yeah, it's true.
For the first time
ever.
Okay, but Elise, have you seen Lemonade Mouth?
No, I haven't. I did not grow up with Disney Channel. I know. If anyone wants to do some Disney Plus streaming with me,
I am hurt.
I've been deprived.
You have to watch Lemonade Mouth like soon. Also, best Disney Channel movie of all time.
That's another thing on my to watch.
Camp Rock.
Yeah.
Teen Beach Movie.
Like the meme of them clapping. That's all I know.
I love Teen Beach Movie. You got to watch Teen Beach 1. Teen Beach 2 is garbage, but Teen Beach Movie 1 is one of the greatest films of all time.
Maybe I'm gonna have to do Olivia Rodrigo songs as books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to read that one. I was gonna put it in my last Ace vlog, but then I was like, I just want to post this.
If you do you have the book? If you get
I was gonna get it. Last time I had it, I got it from the library, but
it's such a pretty book. I love it so much.
I was gonna probably end up buying it.
Beautiful. Okay, yes, I agreed with this.
I was gonna put that one in my Ace vlog, but I couldn't get it. Like the library hold was like 4 months, and I was like, nope.
All I gotta say, if the beginning is slow, just push through, because it took me months to finish it. Not that I was consistently reading it over months, but like the beginning was so slow to me, and I was like, this is not it. And then it ended up with my favorite book ever. So yeah.
I haven't read any of their books yet. Lemonade Mouth is the greatest Disney Channel movie of all time. Because I think the original High School Musicals are a little overrated, but
yeah, I've watched episodes of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. That's about all my Disney knowledge.
That's good too. That's good too.
Teen Beach 2.
Teen Beach 2 is bad.
Teen Beach 2? Okay. We talk about Teen Beach 1 though?
Teen Beach Movie 1, excellent. Teen
Okay.
Beach 2, god awful. Don't watch it.
Ooh. I don't know.
Ooh, is it out yet?
I want to say no.
Yeah.
Everyone go hop onto Katie's
God,
for a
it's brutal out here.
Katie's having a moment.
I know. I have brutal stuck in my head now. Yeah, Teen Beach Movie 1 is one of the greatest movies of all time. Teen Beach 2 was the worst movie I've ever seen. And so watch Teen Beach Movie 1.
Okay. Put that on the agenda. All right. Okay. If I am in your messages tonight in like 5 minutes after we end the show, don't be surprised. You asked for it. Katie's having a moment. Her entire self. Katie's just a big vibe. We enjoy it.
You're right.
It's true. It's almost been an hour. Does anyone have any concluding radio silence thoughts?
Anything about radio silence?
In the book?
Stan Alid for clear skin.
Absolutely. And Kate, or not, it was Katie's mom. I meant Frances's mom.
Stan, the ultimate MILF.
I promise I don't know Katie's mom.
That's okay.
Teen Beach Movie 2 wasn't that great, but I did enjoy actively hating it.
Well, singing along. That's how you gotta do it.
Also sub to Anya. Anya also has a Radio Silence book tag. So
Anya deserves a bajillion subscribers. So
true. It's very
everyone
true.
subscribe. Very
true. If I had many accounts on YouTube and could watch many videos at once, I would. But alas, I cannot.
Okay. What else do we have to say about Radio Silence? Excellent book.
Very good.
We love it.
I will say this. I liked the idea of University, but I did not like reading like the
I hated reading the podcast transcriptions.
Also,
I was like,
the font bothered me. Like I didn't want to look at it.
Yep, I agree. I was like, okay.
They're kind of funny. They also just didn't really make much sense. Like when the characters talked about radio science, it sounded really cool, and then you read the podcast and you're like, what is this?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. I would, if I could fight any book character, it would be Carol last. And then also Karis, just because I want to beat her up for fun.
I have mixed thoughts about Karis, because, like, again, we knew she was going through a lot, but also...
Whoa. All right. It is. It's weird to be, like, in a weird relationship with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
The anti-MILF, Carol.
Radio Science thoughts.
Oh no, Carol's a MILF. The mom I'd like to fight.
You scared me for a second.
I do too. I like all of Frances's clothes. I would like to wear all of her clothes.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you.
I feel like this would be cool too, because Alice only has novellas for Solitaire, and that's like her weakest work. I want novellas for literally anything else.
I saw a thing where she's drafting a Loveless short story.
You didn't.
And I want to scream.
Oh my gosh.
I've also heard rumors of I Was Born for This too as well. So.
But Radio Silence being left in the dust?
I know. Radio Silence deserves more. Mm-hmm. No, don't burn your potatoes. Keep them alive.
Potatoes sound good right now. Anyone have any last thoughts before I go back to bed? I was taking an intense nap before this. Like,
as you should.
Sat on the couch sweating.
Yeah.
Sorry, I always have to put the book on the head.
I think we should just like have a compilation of us putting the book on the head.
Take a screenshot. Wait,
hold on.
How do I do a screenshot? I don't know how to. Did I do it? I don't know if I did. I either took
I don't know.
screenshots or none. Oh, it appears I've taken 50 screenshots.
Oh, good.
Anya, you're the anti-MILF.
All right. That's good when you don't have
Weird
kids.
flex.
Oh,
How Loveless and this not sweet knit it. It's true. It's true.
mm-hmm.
Okay, all the thoughts in my brain. Does anyone else have thoughts in your brains?
Nope, no thoughts. Head empty.
No thoughts, no brain.
No thoughts, no brain.
It's very true. Every live show is at least demonstrating how bad she is at technology. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. But it's okay. I still managed to make videos. Well, that is all I got for you all. But thank you for joining, and thank you, Katie, for also joining.
I guess.
So our next book, if you all are doing the Alice Oseman read-along thingy, is I Was Born
for This, and that'll be hosted on my channel in about 2 weeks, and we will once again post when we're doing it the night before.
Yeah, we're all a little last minute here, but yeah.
I am so excited to reread I Was Born for This. I read it in one night last time, like unironically, not like I was pushing through it. Like I just devoured it. It is so good. I can't wait for everyone to read it because it's been part of my agenda since I started this channel. So
yeah. So yeah, that will be on Katie's channel. Loveless will also be in on Katie's channel. That will be in the 2 weeks after I Was Born for This. But wow, we're getting there. The end of this.
We're halfway. We're like, this was half. So we're halfway done with all of it. Oh my God. How exciting.
I know. It's a little sad. We're out of Alice books. Get on more. I'm kidding. No pressure. Don't do that.
No pressure. She's burnt out.
I know. I Was Born for This was my first 5-star read. I'm very excited to read it. So
as it should. It is such a good book.
It's gonna be good stuff. All right. Thank you all, folks, for joining. Thank you, Katie, for also joining. Subscribe to Katie. Katie can't read.
Or not.
No, do it. Because I said it's my channel. I can say what to do on my channel.
You're right.
Check out Katie. No, I pointed the wrong way. There we go. Katie. All right. I'm going to end this show. Bye-bye. Thank you again.